Very good morning, students. Students, now we'll start our chapter 11, New Empires and Kingdoms. Okay? And the topic of this chapter is genealogies. Students, here I just want to clear the meaning of genealogies. Genealogies means the list of ancestors. Do you know what is the meaning of ancestor? The meaning of ancestor is a person who lived in our family before us. Means जो हमारी फैमिली में हमसे पहले लोग रहते आए हैं, they are called ancestor. In a very short form, in Hindi we say them पूर्वज. Okay, so genealogies is the list of ancestors. Here we came to know about Samudgupta by the Prashastis, and these Prashastis also give the knowledge and mention the ancestors of the rulers. Okay, so this mention Samudgupta's great grandfather, father and mother, Chandragupta. Okay, so who was the grandfather of Samudgupta? Ghatotkacha. Here I am writing here today. Ghatotkacha. He was the grandfather of Samudgupta. He was the grandfather of Samudgupta, and the father of Samudgupta is Chandragupta first. Students, here don't be confused about the Chandragupta Maurya and Chandragupta. Chandragupta Maurya belongs to Mauryan Empire and Chandragupta first belonged to Gupta's dynasty. Okay, so Samudgupta's father name is Chandragupta. Okay, student? Chandragupta first. And the grandfather, he was Ghatotkacha, or he was the grandfather of Samudgupta. By these Prashastis, we came to know about his mother, Kumar Devi. Students, maybe there is some light shadow is here. So the name of his mother is Kumar Devi. She belonged to Licchavatchi Gan. You know that we have studied about the Gans, है ना? So she belonged to Licchavatchi Gan. While his father, Chandragupta. Now we are talking about the Chandragupta first. Okay, we are talking about Samudgupta's father. So Chandragupta first was the first ruler of the Gupta dynasty to adopt the grand title of Maharaja Virat. Student, in that time, the rulers were also divided by the titles. So Chandragupta first, he was the first ruler of the Gupta dynasty who adopted the grand title of Maharaja Virat. First of all, it is this titles just like a Raja, Maharaja, and after it is this Maharaja Viraj and Maharaja. Okay, so these are the titles of the rulers. And Chandragupta first, he was the first ruler of the Gupta's dynasty who adopted the grand title of Maharaja Virat. First of all, it is a Raja, then Maharaja, and after that it is Maharaja Viraj, means Rajaon ke Raja. Okay. A title that Samudgupta also used, and this same title is used for Samudgupta also. ऐसा ही नहीं था कि anybody can adopt this title. Any ruler can adopt this title according to its victory and according to his vice holding the kingdom. So same title Samudgupta was also adopted. Samudgupta in turn figure in the genealogies of later rulers of the dynasty. Okay, we came to know that Samudgupta is the last figures, later rulers of the Gupta dynasties, such as his son Chandragupta II. And the name of Samudgupta's son is Chandragupta II. Samudgupta's father name was Chandragupta I, and Samudgupta's son name is Chandragupta II. He led on expedition to Western India. What he did, he was also a very brave and a strong ruler of Gupta dynasty. So he led this dynasty expedition. Expedition means बेटा किसी चीज को expand करना, बढ़ाना to Western India. तो Chandragupta II expanded the towards the western India. Here he overcame to the last of the Shaka, where he overcame the last ruler of Shaka. His court was also full of learned people, including Kalidas, the poet. All of you very well known the name of Kalidas. He was the poet of which ruler? He was the poet of Chandragupta's second court. He was the poet in the court of Chandragupta II. So, Chandragupta's second court was full of learned people. It was full of learned people, including Kalidas, the poet, and the Aryabhatta, the astronomer. Okay, so for both of these are very well known names, Kalidas and the Aryabhatta. You know that Aryabhatta was a very famous astronomer who gives the figure 0. You know that? In your mathematics, Aryabhatta has given us figure 0. Okay, so both Kalidas and the Aryabhatta were the learned people of the court of Chandragupta II. Okay, students. So you have to learn some points. Then who were the main learned people in the court of Chandragupta II is as Kalidas and Aryabhatta. Who was the mother of Samudragupta? So Kumar Devi was the mother of Samudragupta and she belonged to Lichavachi Ganga. Okay, here I already told you the name of grandfather of Samudragupta's grandfather. The name of the Samudragupta's grandfather was Ghatotkacha and the father is Chandragupta first. Okay, students. So in this way, through these genealogies, we came to know about the father, grandfather, and their grandfathers. Okay, and about the mother. So these genealogies give the knowledge about the family of any ruler and the ancestors of the great rulers. Okay, student. Here, student, I am telling you about the Vikram Samvat. You can see this page in your book also. From this particular chapter. Here now we are talking about the Vikram Samvat. Have you heard this word? Most of the time you have heard this word from your parents or your grandparents because in our Indian calendar is started by the Vikram Samvat. Okay, whenever you will read the newspaper, at the top of the newspaper you always find this word Vikram Samvat. So the era beginning in the 58 BC is traditionally associated with Gupta king. I told you that the Gupta king is associated with this 58 BC. Chandragupta II is the son of Samudragupta. Okay, Chandragupta first, he was the father of Samudragupta, and Chandragupta II was the son of Samudragupta, who had found it is a mark of victory of the Shakas and assumed the title of Vikramaditya. I told you when I explained this paragraph that the Chandragupta II, son of the Samudragupta, he overcame to Shakas. Okay, he took the victory over the Shakas and he adopted the title of Vikramaditya. The Vikram Samvat has also been adopted alongside the Gregorian calendar. Gregorian calendar is the British's calendar. Okay, students. Gregorian calendar, I tell you about this calendar, introduced in 1582 by the Pope Gregory XIII. Okay, the name of the Gregorian, it is on the name of Pope Gregory XIII. And it was the modified calendar of the Julian calendar. It is the modified version of the Julian calendar and by the independent India. Okay, when we got independence, after that independence, we start our Vikram Samvat. Okay, we adopt this calendar. Students, just try to find this Vikram Samvat word in your newspaper at the top of your headlines of the first paper. Okay, first page. So Vikram Samvat, it is based on the name of Chandragupta II. He was also called as a Vikramaditya. चंद्रगुप्त II जो थे स्टूडेंट वो विक्रमादित्य के नाम से भी फेमस हुए थे बिकॉज इट्स द he got this title after the victory of Shakas. Okay, so this is also a very important part of your this chapter. Students, read it very carefully. Okay, and whatever the queries you have, you can send these queries in your class WhatsApp group to me. Okay, students? So, after studying about the Gupta's dynasties from his precious deeds, and we studied Gupta dynasty through the inscriptions and coin, we'll study some other rulers from their biographies. So, do you know what is the meaning of biographies today? The biography means that the story of a person's life is written by someone else. When somebody is written something about our life, it is called a biography. Okay? So again I am repeating the meaning. The story of a person's life is written by someone else. ठीक है? जब किसी के बारे में कोई दूसरा उसकी लाइफ के बारे में लिखता है, that is called a biography. So through the biography we will study for Harshvardhan and the Harshcharitra. Okay? Harshvardhan, who ruled nearly 14 years ago, was one such ruler. Okay? But for this particular this ruler, we came to know about his life from his biography. Okay? His court poet Bana Bhatt. Okay? Please remember this name student. Who was the court poet of Harshvardhan? Bana Bhatt, who wrote his biography, the Harishcharitra. Okay? The biography is written by the Bana Bhatt. He was the court poet of Harshvardhan court, and the name of the biography is Harishcharitra in Sanskrit. He wrote this biography in Sanskrit language. Okay? This gives us the genealogy of Harsha and ends with his becoming king. Means to say, through this biography we came to know about the genealogy of Harsh and the upcoming kings of the Harsh dynasty. Okay? Harshvardhan belongs to students. Here I am just going to tell you. Harshvardhan belongs to Vardhan dynasty. Okay? He belongs to a Vardhan dynasty. Zhuangzhang also spent about he is a Chinese traveler. Okay? And already we studied about him. So Zhuangzhang also spent a lot of time at the Harsh court and left the detailed account of what he saw. Okay? He also Zhuangzhang is also wrote about Harshvardhan, and he left a detailed account what he saw in his court. Harsha was not the eldest son of his father. Okay? As you know that always the eldest son became the king. Okay? But the Harsh was not the eldest son of his father. His father name is Prabhakar Vardhan. What is the name of his father? Prabhakar Vardhan. Okay? It is the name of Harshvardhan father. And he Prabhakar Vardhan, but became king of the Thanesar after both his father and elder brother died. And his elder brother name is Rajvardhan. Okay? The elder brother name is Rajvardhan. Okay, students, just remember these two names. Prabhakar Vardhan, he was the father of Harshvardhan, and the Rajvardhan, he was the elder brother of Harshvardhan. So as Harshvardhan was not a eldest son of his father, but he became the king after that of both his father and the elder brother. Okay? His brother-in-law was a ruler of Kannauj. Have you heard this word Kannauj? Students, here I just want to tell you Thanesar. Okay? Thanesar now present day it is in a Haryana state. This place, the city is lies in a Haryana state. So his brother-in-law was the ruler of Kannauj, and he was killed by the ruler of Bengal. Okay, student? Brother-in-law, you know that sister's husband. Okay? So a brother-in-law was a ruler of Kannauj, and he was killed by the ruler of Bengal. After some time, Harsha took over the kingdom Kannauj, and he became the ruler of the Kannauj also, and he started leading an army against the ruler of Bengal. तो उसने क्या करा, अपने ब्रदर-इन-लॉ की जो उसका रिवेंज था उसको लेना था. That's why he started leading an army against the ruler of Bengal. Although he was very successful in the east and conquered both Magad and Bengal. Later on, he was a very successful ruler of the east, and after that he conquered the Magad and Bengal. But he was not as successful as there. But इससे आगे हर्षवर्धन जो थे वो successful नहीं हो पाए. He tried to cross the Narmada to march into the Deccan. ठीक है? He tried these two. He started to try to become the ruler and conquer the Narmada river and start to march towards the Deccan, but was stopped by the ruler belonging to the Cholakya dynasty, Pulkeshin II. But he was defeated. He was stopped by the ruler जो कि चालुक्य डायनेस्टी से बिलोंग करते थे. His name was Pulkeshin II. He stopped him to let march towards the Deccan. Okay, तो यहाँ पर स्टूडेंट्स जो चालुक्य वंश के पुलकेशिन II थे, उन्होंने हर्षवर्धन को रोक दिया डेक्कन से आगे निकलने के लिए, बिकॉज ही ऑल्सो ट्राइड टू क्रॉस द नर्मदा टू मार्च इनटू द डेक्कन. Okay students, so in this way from the biography, all you understand the meaning of biography. The meaning of biography, the story of a person's life is written by the someone else. So through biography we study about the Harshvardhan, and the father of the Harshvardhan name was Prabhakarvardhan and the elder brother name was Rajvardhan. As I already told that Harshvardhan was not the eldest son of his father, but after the death of his father and elder brother, he became the ruler. Okay, and when he was ruling on Thanesar. Thanesar is a place now present days it is in Haryana state. ओके, हरियाणा आपको पता है, हरियाणा का नाम आप सबने सुना है. तो ये थानेसर जगह है वो आजकल कहाँ है? प्रेजेंट टाइम में हरियाणा में है. ओके, as though he was a very successful ruler of the east and he conquered the Magad and Bengal also, but he was not successful to try and overcome the Narmada. Okay, when he start trying to Narmada to march into the Deccan, he was stopped by the ruler who belonging to the Cholakya dynasty, Pulkesh II. So question will also come in your exam, students. It can come in your exam ki who stopped the Harshvardhan march towards the Deccan. So you can write the answer. The Cholakya dynasty, Pulkesh II, he was the ruler to stop the Harshvardhan march towards the Deccan. Okay, so whatever the things you are I'm explaining you here, students, so please listen it very carefully and go make it a small question answer in your notebook. Okay students. Yes students, here our next topic is the Pallavas, the Cholukyas and the Pulkeshin Prashastis. Okay, the Pallavas and Cholukyas were the most important ruling dynasties in the South India during this period. Student, when we are talking about the Harshvardhana and Samudragupta, they are the famous ruling dynasty of North India. Now we will talk about the famous ruling dynasties of South India. So the Pallavas and the Cholukyas were the most important ruling dynasties of the South India during same period of time. The kingdom of the Pallavas spread from the region around their capital Kanchipuram to the Kaveri Delta. Okay, now first of all we will talk about the Pallavas. The Pallavas spread from the region around their capital. The capital of the Pallavas are Kanchipuram. You can see it here. The capital of the Pallavas are Kanchipuram to the Kaveri Delta. Okay, and while that of the Cholukyas was the centered around the Raichur Doab. Okay, now we are talking about the South India and the Cholukyas was centered. Cholukyas कहाँ centered थे? He was centered around the Raichur Doab between the rivers Krishna and Tungabhadra. These are the two rivers Krishna and Tungabhadra. Okay, जब वो river dock बनाते हैं that is called Raichur. Okay, this area is called the Raichur Doab where the Cholukyas were centered. Okay students. Aihole, the capital of Cholukyas. Okay, what is the capital of Cholukyas? Aihole. You can see it here. Aihole is the capital of Cholukyas and the Kanchipuram is the capital of Pallavas. okay, was an important trading center. Trading, you know, means business. Trading means business. So the capital of the Cholukyas, I hold, was the trading important, very important trading center. It developed as a religious center also, because there are number of temples. So it is a very important significance in the history. Aihole is got the very important significance in the history, because it is the most important trading center of Cholakya and the religious center also, because there were number of temples. Okay, the Pallavas and Cholukyas frequently raided on the others' land, especially attacking the capital cities, which were prosperous towns. So both these dynasties, Pallavas and Cholukyas, they are free to raid it out. Raid it means to say they start attacking on these special capital cities which were very prosperous towns. जिन कैपिटल के अंदर बहुत prosperous towns आते थे स्टूडेंट्स, तो both of the dynasties very frequently raided on that and they start immerse them into their kingdoms. The best known Cholakya's ruler was Pulkeshin II. Okay, we know about him from the Prachasti. For this ruler Pulkeshin II, he was a very well-known ruler of Cholukyas. Okay, and we also came to know about him from the Prashasti, composed by his court poet Ravi Kirti. Okay, please student, you have to learn the court poet of the particular rulers. So Banabhadda, he was the court poet of Harshvardhana. Okay. And this Ravi Kirti, he was the court poet of Pulkeshin II, and Kalidas, he was the court poet of the Chandragupta II. Okay, this tells us about his ancestors who are traced back through 4 generations from the father to son. Okay, so by Prashastis we also came to know about the genealogies also, students. So by this Prashasti we came to know about the Pulkeshin II, about his background, his generations and his ancestors. Pulkeshin evidently got the kingdom from his uncle. तो पुलकेशन को किससे अपनी किंगडम मिली थी? अपने अंकल से. ओके, अकॉर्डिंग टू द रवि कीर्ति, he led expedition along both the west and the east coast. Already students, you just try to remember the map. At the south, you know, at the top is north, the bottom side is the south, so you can easily find out the west and the east coast. And this Pulkeshin II expanded his kingdom towards the east and the both west coast also. Besides, he checked the advance of Harsh. There is an interesting play of words in the poem. Okay, this Ravi Kirti has wrote one poem. It is regarding that the Harsh and the Pulkeshin. Harsha means happiness. The poet says that after his defeat, Harsh was no longer Harsha. Okay, I told you in this last paragraph that Harshvarshan was defeated by the Pulkeshin II when he start towards the Deccan. Okay, जब हर्ष ने अपना मार्च डेक्कन के टूवर्ड्स नर्मदा से आगे स्टार्ट करा तो he was defeated and he was stopped by the Pulkeshin II. For this, the Ravi Kirti has written in his poem कि that Harsha meanings, हर्ष की मीनिंग क्या होती है? हैप्पीनेस. बट after the defeat of Pulkeshin II, Harsha was no longer Harsha. मीन्स उसने एक कमेंट करा था कि पुलकेशन सेकंड के बाद जब वो पुलकेशन सेकंड से जब हर्ष डिफीट हुए तो उनके जो नाम की मीनिंग है हर्ष हैप्पीनेस वो खत्म हो गई. पुलकेशन ऑल्सो अटैक द पल्लवा किंग हु टुक शेल्टर बिहाइंड द वॉल्स ऑफ कांचीपुरम. ओके, पुलकेशन सेकंड ने अटैक करा था पल्लव्स पे भी एंड पल्लव्स कैपिटल वाज कांचीपुरम. तो ही टुक शेल्टर इन हिज behind the walls of Kanchipuram. Okay, but the Cholukyas' victory was short-lived. Okay, ultimately both the Pallavas and Cholukyas gave way to new rulers belonging to the Rashtrakutas and Cholas dynasties. ठीक है students, about which we will study in class 7th. For this Rashtrakutas and Cholakya dynasty we will study in class 7th. But the Cholakya's victory, जो चौलाकियास की विक्ट्री थी वो बहुत ज़्यादा समय तक नहीं रही, क्योंकि पल्लव और जो चौलाकियास थे दे गेव टू न्यू रूलर्स, दे गेव वे टू न्यू रूलर्स बिलोंगिंग टू द, उन्होंने क्या करा, जो चौलाकियास और जो पल्लव्स थे, जो राजपुष्टा और चौलास डायनेस्टी के जो रूलर थे, उन्होंने उसको डिफीट करना शुरू कर दिया. ओके स्टूडेंट्स, इन दिस वे वी हैव टू कंप्लीट दिस टॉपिक. And we have in this video we have studied about the Samudragupta genealogies, and we have studied about the Harshvardhana and Harshcharita, which is written by the Banagher in Sanskrit language, and we have studied about the Pallav, Cholukyas and Pulkesh, which we came to know about their precious. So whatever the queries you have, students, you can send your queries in WhatsApp group. Definitely I'll send the answer to you. Okay, stay safe, be happy.